Buongiorno, Nathan. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to play with Kylie's cosmetics, blushes, and bronzers and highlights again. I already did a video yesterday, but today the rest of my stuff came in the mail. Woo, woo. So let's go ahead and put these on my face, see what I think. I already put them on my face, obviously, but you guys will see me as far as my first impressions go. And don't forget to subscribe before we get started. It's free to be my friend, and I would really appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get into this. I would give you, like, I'd share my food with you. And that's not true. Well, it feels so weird to have the rest of my makeup done and have no bronzer on. I feel so pale right now. So anyways, the bronzer that I picked up is a Toasty. Hopefully this is a good shade for me. It's not, I was kind of debating between this one and Almond, but Almond looked pretty dark, and because there wasn't a lot of swatches, like I said yesterday, then I picked this one because I was like, I'd rather be in between and than be too dark, you know what I mean? So I'm not a light-handed gal. So we are going to try this one out, and then we'll do swatches at the end. What I was going to say though was, if you actually, let's see here. That's the only thing, you have to like read the bottom of each of like little things, because or else you have no idea what's going on. So I'm gonna take Your Perfect first, which is the translucent powder that she came out with during her Christmas collection. Just the bronzer doesn't skip or anything, so I'm just gonna set my foundation with this real quick. So I'm just gonna take it on a big fluffy brush. I'm not gonna do my under eyes with it because it's not brightening whatsoever, but it's just a nice like powder to kind of set down. And I notice my bronzer goes on so much better if I set my whole face with something. And loose powder just gets everywhere sometimes, you know? So I like loose powder like right underneath my eyes, and then the rest of the time I like to set it with like an actual compact. I don't know if that's weird, but it's just me. So, all right. Let's see. We're gonna do the forehead first, because I feel like that's easier to fix, but to cover with your hair. But actually, I think I'm okay. I didn't think it was gonna be too dark. I thought it was maybe gonna be a little bit too light. Like I just didn't know which way this was gonna go. I'm gonna open that up to my hairline. All right, let's take it on the cheeks. Like definitely a good color for me right now. If I was gonna buy another one, I would probably go a shade darker for like summertime, you know what I mean? When I have a little bit more of a tan, but it's still working out. It's still okay. I have a little bit of sweat at the top of my head, so if it looks a little weird in the screen, that's why. I don't know what it is. Like my filming room, the lights just make me super hot and unattractively sweaty. I think my ear is like a little bit infected from wearing earrings that aren't, like I can only wear like, it's real cold. Is that what it's called? You know what I mean? But like the rest of the time, like, oh, this earring is so, my earlobe is so red. I used to have multiple piercings in my ear and I just couldn't do it. Like they just kept getting infected all the time. And what's the point if I can't afford real earrings all the time for multiple holes? All right. So this is actually nice. Like this is good for my skin tone. But like I said, I would probably go a shade deeper if you are any darker than me. I feel like you might work out a little bit better, but I still really like it. Like I don't have any like problems with it. It's a nice like natural bronzer for sure. Like I like the shade of it. It's not too warm. It actually kind of reminds me a little bit of like my Marc Jacobs one. I'll do a swatch just so you guys can kind of see. But it goes on super smooth. There's no like issues as far as it looking like muddy or skipping. I'm putting on a lot so you guys can see it in camera, just because in person it's definitely there, but I know on camera things don't always show up the way that they look. And then Kylie used Tequila Tan in like her pictures, which I feel like I can never tell, is Kylie tan or pale? Like I have no idea. She looks tan to me, but then at the same time, whenever she says like her colors, I'm like, what? Like I thought that would be for like super pale, and this one's darker than that one, and I'm just like, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. All right, let's go in with the blush. So again, all the packaging looks like this, which is probably going to be a little bit confusing. So I'll make sure to like pack them upside down, or else you're not gonna know what you're reaching for. And even though I have a separate like highlight place and a separate blush place and bronzer place, is it organized and in there? No, not at all. So I don't know about that. Here is the Kitten Blush. Kitten Baby is the one I got. So very like peachy pink, like an apricot type shade, which I didn't want to get something too pink. There was a few that I was like, maybe, but I got a really pink one in the Christmas collection. So I was like, I don't think I want another big pinky one. I like my blush to be nice and light. I don't like to be too blushed. There's another one called like Pink Power or something that I thought looked cute. It's like a super light pink, but I didn't know if that was going to show up on my skin tone. But this is nice. I really like this apricot-y type color. Hopefully you guys can see it, but definitely in person, it's there. Like my cheeks are definitely like a little flush of color for sure. So next we will go in with the last thing, which is Queen Drip. And like I said, I'll do swatches compared to the ones yesterday. And I'll make sure I pop that up here so you guys can see the video from yesterday where I showed the other highlights, each one swatched on my face, and the lip ones. But right now I have Kitten Baby. No, I have Kitten Baby. Kitten Baby is the blush. I have the Almost Friday on my lips with the High Gloss, Partner in Crime High Gloss, in case you were wondering. But the lip colors, I'm really digging the lip colors. All right, so this is Queen Drip. So by the looks of it, I was hoping it's gonna be like a little bit more of like a, I guess, pinkier toned than gold toned than the other ones. I'm definitely still getting a gold on my face, but definitely not the same type of gold. So that's good. Someone asked me if this was gonna be great for pale skin tones. We'll do swatches, but I don't know if it's gonna be, I mean, I guess it would work for paler skin tones, but not like super pale. Oh, this one's nice though. This one gives me a glow. Let's do some swatches, but this is pretty. I'm not upset about it. Definitely not what I expected, but I'm still happy. I'm still okay. All right, let's do some comparisons and see if they really are different. Okay, so I wanted to do some close-up swatches. So here we have the bronzer and the blush. So as you can see, the bronzer, actually when it's swatched, I like it because I don't have a lot, like it's warm, but also like cool tone at the same time. It's almost like it leans a little in the reddish section, which I know sounds weird, but I actually really like that. One thing I did notice if I looked a little bit more bronzed is because I like to kind of take a second between clips to see how it looks in person, so I can give you guys like my real thoughts, because obviously like who cares about how it looks on camera if it looks different, you know, in normal life. So one thing I will say is once I did a swatch, and at first it didn't really show up that well, and I kind of like dug in a little bit more. Now it's a lot more pigmented than it was when I first like applied it. Like now I feel like once I kind of rubbed it across, like it's picking up more product for sure. So I would still say I am probably going to get almond. I think that would be a better match for me on, you know, when I am a little bit more tan. This works for me for right now, but especially when I'm filming and stuff, like bronzers just tend to look a lot lighter. Like the lights like definitely wash me out. But yeah, I still really like it. I don't have a problem with it. It wasn't muddy or anything like that. The blush I like, obviously, because I'm just not a dark blush girl. If you guys wanted to see what the Christmas collection was next to it, here we go. So Kitten Baby is one I have on right now. And then this was part of the winter collection, which is Winter Kissed. So two definitely different tones for sure. I'm sure there's another similar one that's closer to that color, but I wanted to make sure I didn't do that. As far as the highlights go, all right, line them up here. So at the top we have Queen Drip, which is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. And then Cheers Darling, Dreamin' of Diamonds, and Snow Angel. So you can see that all the swatches, they're pretty, like the top two are probably the most similar, and then the bottom two are definitely a little bit different. So even the first two, Queen Drip, when it's swatched, it does have a little bit more of a pinker undertone, pinkier. I don't know if you can really tell that on my cheeks, but I'm a highlight fanatic. I can't say much about, like, I love highlighters. If I had to pick which one I think is the most unique, it would definitely be, I mean, I love the winter one, like the one that came in the Christmas collection a lot. And then out of this one, Dreamin' of Diamonds, which is that yellow gold. I just really like yellowy type golds sometimes. Most of the time. It's just more unique as far as what I already have. But either way, this is completely dry. It's not wet. I don't feel like you need to use them wet, which is really nice. And I don't really have anything bad to say. I mean, the bronzer is like, I would say middle of the realm, like middle of the road realm. I don't know what movie we're in here. But middle of the road bronzer. It's not the most amazing bronzer I've ever had, and it's definitely not the worst. Like, it works. It went on smooth. I like the way it did what it was supposed to do. It bronzed. You know what I mean? I feel like the test with bronzers is more to see how long it lasts than anything else. She did do a good job. Like I said, she has a good variety of shades, but I felt like I needed to see them in person, so I really hope this stuff comes to Ulta. I would say out of everything, I think the highlighters are the most intriguing product that I liked. I still loved everything else, like, and love it as much is what I'm trying to say. If you're gonna pick up one thing, I would recommend the highlighter over everything else. Not too bad as far as pricing goes. I mean, like I said, for 18 bucks for a bronzer, 18 bucks for the blush, and then 20 for the highlighters. They're definitely not like super high end. So it's kind of up to you what you need in your collection or what's calling your name. But I would say out of everything, I will probably use the highlighters the absolute most. So, and the lip colors. I actually really do love the lip colors. So again, the lip swatches are in yesterday's video. That is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I was going to compare the bronzer to my Marc Jacobs one, but then I was like, they are not alike. They're completely different. I guess I'll do it anyway, but I was like, okay, this has, the Kylie one definitely has a little bit more of a red base in it, whereas the Marc Jacobs is definitely more cool toned, so still a lot darker than that one. Let me know what you guys picked up from this collection, or if you're going to pick up anything. Hit that subscribe button before you leave. Do not forget, and I will see you guys in the next video.